Okay, hi kids. Hope we're okay. A bit unusual this, but it's going to be a way we can work on things. We're try this pre-recording lesson for you today. The idea is that you can watch this and we can pause at different points. And if there's any problems or issues, you can always email the teacher there in the classroom can email me directly whilst we're in the lesson, so I can help you support you through the lesson. This is the idea, really. Just a quick one. Educate. I've got a few people who are doing it really well, and they've done the hazards one already. The questions on hazards, it's taken about half an hour, and it's already identifying little areas we need to work on within a single unit. However, people have not done it. Now, this is vital. Obviously, I'm not there, but it is vital you've done this. I'm back a week today, and the people who've not done this first homework will be on detention. This first Educate homework is absolutely vital we do this. Okay? We've also got a mock coming up on the 19th. I'll tell you about that on the week beginning the 19th. I'll talk about that when we get back. And I've also made a booklet for you on everything we've missed so far. So during lockdown, so we'll give that out as well. Okay, so today we're going to look at tourism in Tunisia. Okay, we're going to look at how tourism in Tunisia is a way of developing a country, how they use it as a tool to develop a country. So we'll investigate how tourism is used in Tunisia as a way to bridge the development gap. Okay, so it's going to be good if we can describe why Tunisia has become a popular tourist destination. Even better if we can explain and categorise the impact that tourism has had on Tunisia and the development gap. Then we'll analyse the impacts and decide whether the strategy has been successful or not. Okay, so the key words are development, we all know that, life expectancy, how long you live for, and literacy rate, in percentage of people who can read and write. So we should already know them from earlier in the topic. So, quick jog your memory. G, what is the longest river in the world? E, what is the difference between adaptation and mitigation from the climate change module of a lockdown? O, what is the name of the two earthquakes we studied in tectonics? Here we did an NEE and we did an LIC, low-income country and a newly emerging country. So which of the two? And the next one is, what is a negative of using people's opinions in fieldwork? Here's a good example. HS2 is a great idea and it will lead to amazing improvements in the north of England. Okay, so I'm going to answer them questions and Miss is going to, or Sir is going to pause it for the next two, three minutes while you have a go at that. Okay, so we should have had a go at that now. And the answer to G is the River Nile. E, what is the difference between adaptation and mitigation? Remember, this is for addressing climate change and trying to do something with climate change. Adaptation is adapting to climate change. Therefore, for example, building a village away from a floodplain so it doesn't flood the area, so it's adapting to the extreme weathers we get. And mitigation is stopping climate change. What we can do to stop it straight away. For example, renewable energy, electric cars, things like that stops the use of the fossil fuels and causes climate change. The name of the two earthquakes we studied, if you remember them, it was Nepal, which is the LIC, and it was Chile, which is the NEE. Okay? And for G, what is the negative of using people's opinion in fieldwork? Well, pretty obvious, it can be biased. Okay? For example, I'd be biased towards football with Leeds United, obviously, and you can see here this director of HS2 is obviously biased towards the idea that HS2 has been a great idea and it'll lead to improvements in the north, however, no matter how over budget it is or how much it'll damage the environment. Okay? So, first of all, we talk about where Tunisia is. Okay? So, I want you to use your geographical skills, compass directions, your knowledge, your locational knowledge, and locate using some locational sentences using the maps on the board right now. As a tip there to use compass directions. So if Miss pauses it for 2 or 3 minutes and they can have a go. Please. Thank you. Okay, so we should have done that now, and I'm pretty sure you've all done really well at this. So using things like, it's in Northern Africa. Okay, mention the word Africa, mention the word North straight away. It's on the coast, on the Mediterranean Sea. Again, two sentences you could use. It's bordering Algeria to the west and Libya to the east. Comments like that really make a good difference, big difference in when you get questions like this. Is using your locational knowledge, and your compass directions. Okay, so let's get into it. Right, you've all seen enough of these in the last year when I've been teaching you. Describe the change in visitor numbers to Tunisia between 1996 and 2010. Okay, now you know exactly how to get the full marks to this kind of question. So have a go with it. We'll pause it again now, please, and then we'll see what we come up with. Okay, so we should have all had an attempt at that question. And as we all know, we obviously know it's increasing. It's a key word. But to get the top answer, you need to make sure that you mention the data throughout your answer. So we could say along the lines of, in 1996, 4 million tourists went to Tunisia. This increased and had a slight increase to 5.4 million in 2001, decreased in 2002, just above 5 million, and then rapidly increased to 2010 to 7.75 million. Okay, so really, again, using the data in your answer is really important. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about why did people go to the area? Why did people go to Tunisia? Okay, all of a sudden, it was like a new tourist resort that took off. So what I've got here is the some reasons here. Okay, and the first one I'm going to talk you through, and then we're going to do some reading together. Is Thomas Cook and cheap holiday deals. Now, if you go online now on any shopping site and you click it, and it always has featured, and it'll a scroll bar. And when you click featured, it normally comes up with some holidays or items on a shopping site that they send you to straight away. And what happened is the Thomas Cook government, the government sent Thomas Cook, they funded them, give them money, so that always Tunisia came up, one of the first holidays that came up on the site when they were looking for it. There's obviously made sure that people decided to go there because the first thing they saw and that deal, because it was obviously funded as well, made that people wanted to go there and people went there because they saw it first. So what I'm going to do now is, with the textbook, you're going to read page 266, okay, together. Then what I want you to do is this. You go on and you do, and you write down the description of each thing. So what is each one? So tell me about the climate in the area. Tell me why Star Wars set. Tell me about that. Tell me about these reasons. So tell me some facts about each reason why it became popular. Well, then to explain it, tell me why. So why did people go there for the climate? Pretty obvious, isn't it? Sunbathing. The reasons why. Why did people want to go and see the Star Wars set? I want you to expand on what you're saying. How I think about why you're expanding it. Okay, so it's really important skill. I'm trying to get to understand why people go, the reason people go, the description of it, what it is, and then the reason for it. Okay, this will take you literally 5-6 minutes maximum. Okay, pause it there, please, and we can move on. Okay, so you've all done that now, read through it, and we've identified some stuff. So, like, for example, the climate, if I'm looking here, it says that summer temperatures reach 40 degrees. So why is that good? So it means people in our country will definitely go there on holiday because they want to get suntan. The reasons why, we've done the description, and then we explained it, AO1, AO2. Absolutely superb. Okay, you've seen these before. Now you've got a little... you should have this now. What I want you to do is go through these. These are the impacts of tourism in Tunisia. What's happened because of this idea? Now you've got positive and negatives that's happened due to the development of tourism in the area. Okay, they've used tourism trying to reduce the development gap, trying to make the area more developed, and using the money they get from tourism to make them develop and increase education, healthcare, and things like that. So an example of that is, from the increase of education, they've improved literacy rates from 66% to 79%, which is a massive increase, all because the money they got from tourism, they've increased and improved education, and that's thinking about the facts. So all you've got to do now is go through this sheet, highlight the positives in one colour, negatives in another colour. Okay, we can pause it there again, 2, 3, 4 minutes. While I do that, please. Okay, so you can see here the answers. So just green pen that, please, 2 minutes, and then make sure we've got all the correct answers. So you can see very split between tourism being good for Tunisia and tourism being bad for Tunisia. I think we all know what happened in 2015, which obviously affected it massively. Okay, so the question you get here on this exam question, this is actually in one of the papers recently, so it's important we keep an eye on this. It's this 9-marker here, and I know we need to work on a couple of 9 markers and timing and things like that, so I thought we'd do a bit of work on it today. Okay, so your 9-marker here is evaluate the effectiveness of tourism in reducing the development gap. So how effective has this tourism strategy to reduce development, the gap in development from trying to make development happen more in the country? Okay, what can we do to try and improve it, and has it been effective, in what it's done? So we know, always ignore the 9-mark command word. We always do the same thing. Paragraph 1, good things, 2 facts, develop them. Paragraph 2, 2 facts, develop them, negative ones in paragraph 2. And the last paragraph, your conclusion. What do you think and why? Okay, so you can see, I also forgot to mention there, the introduction, you name the example you're talking about. Okay, so recap that again. Name the introduction. Paragraph 1, 2 positive facts about why it's been good, develop them. Paragraph 2, 2 negatives, and develop them. And paragraph 3, the conclusion. Okay, so here's one for we studied in Jamaica. Positives of tourism include income from tourism in Jamaica is worth $2 billion, of which taxes are paid to the government. Okay, there you go, one fact, it's your positive fact. And then this money can be spent on developing a country, for example, education and healthcare systems. You've seen there's the difference. You can see there clearly, you can see with the arrow, there's the fact, there's the develop. Another positive of tourism in Jamaica is that it creates and provides 200,000 jobs for residents. The fact, again, unique to the area, very important we get them facts in there. And this enables residents to have a greater quality of life and therefore contribute to the local economy by spending their disposable income. Okay, there's your 2 paragraphs. Straight away, you can see you've mentioned the example. Like obviously, it's not the Tunisia example, it's Jamaica, but you can see you've mentioned the example, 2 facts, 4, and then you've obviously developed the 2 facts. Again, as expected, 2 facts against, and developed. You can see how it's unique to Jamaica, and then developed, actually here, linking here to healthcare, and here it's actually linking to environmental problems. So you can see, again, negative paragraph developed, negative paragraph developed. And then the last paragraph, I strongly agree. So you get a mark for saying you agree, but when you say you strongly agree, I'm trying to concentrate now because my missus is pulling faces at me, so it's very difficult. Okay, so we got strongly agree, means you give me 2 marks, okay? Because you mentioned all you agree, it's 1 mark. When you say you strongly agree, it kind of it shows you more of an understanding. That's a 2nd mark. You can see here, the mark you get to get the top marks, you've got to take in both sides of the argument and give your opinion. So here you can say, I strongly agree that tourism in Jamaica has been effective in reducing the development gap. It brings a large income to the country, although this will cause environmental problems. It can be dealt with later with the funding from the added income from further tourism. So you've took a positive and a negative, and you said how much outweighs it, okay? So there's a good example of conclusion. Okay, so what I've done here is you're going to get this sheet, A3 sheet now for teacher, and it's something I've used before, so you should know what to do. It's trying to support you, so you're not writing too much, but also helps with your timing. So you can see, I've done the first one for you. Literacy rates have increased from 66% to 79% since 1995. Then I've developed it there for you. With this improvement, in education, local people will achieve better qualifications, leading them to higher income jobs, therefore improving the standard of living and quality of life in the area. So you can see here, another positive here, another explanation here, so you're positive from your sheet now. That's your paragraph 1. There's your positive, your negative, so your negative, explanation, negative, explanation, there's your paragraph 2. There are your 6 marks straight away. That's just 6 marks, done. Okay? So all we're focused on today is doing them 6. Okay? And then our next lesson we're going to do as part of the starter, because it's something really important. It's a really important skill. We're going to focus on that last paragraph, okay? So I'll do that now for me. It'll probably take about 15 minutes. Again, focus on timing, quick as we can, but also mainly I want to focus on not writing too much, straight to the point. Remember, it's going to be unique key facts, so use your sheet for it. Okay, so now you've done that. Okay, what I want to do now, if you've got time, is to answer the question using that. Okay, so I've changed it from assess to extend. It's the exact same. It's the exact same thing as evaluate. The same kind of process. So I've left some sentence starters there for you. Have a go at it. Have a go at paragraph 1 and 2, and we'll do paragraph 3 when we get back. Look at it. It's the exact same as that. Yeah? Can we see that? Can we see how that works? It's the exact same. Really confident, straight to the point. Okay. So pause it there and have a go at it. Please. Okay, so today we've looked at the reasons why. We have described Tunisia, why it took off. We looked at the reasons why it took off, the tourist resort. We then looked at that this happened because of it. Okay, try to use tourism as a way to develop Tunisia as a country, what the problems and the positives that come with that. Then what you've done is you've analysed them. Okay, you've analysed them and you've explained why they've been positive. And then we looked at how to do it, to what extent. And the next lesson, we're going to take all that information, okay, and then we're going to do the paragraph, the conclusion paragraph in the starter. Okay, so that concludes the lesson. I hope it's been all right. It's a trial, so any feedback would be great. We're going to be nice with the feedback, obviously. And yeah, hopefully you're all right. We'll do another one of these for tomorrow's lesson. Again, remember, educate, very important. Make sure you've done it. Any problems, email me. I'm on email. Take care. See you soon.